What's up, fellas? So we have. I come back outside. What we're going to do here? Check this out. This here, we got ignition switch, brand new keys. We're going to install this right here. This is loose. I loosened this up in case we had to make a little bit of movement here in this. See that? But there's a groove right here. See that? Oh, can't see it. There you go. That there self-aligns when you get this off. I got one hand here. Let me set you up here and turn. There we go. So we take this trim ring off. And you can swap out the ignition switch, but see the little right there? So let's drop that in here real quick. Getting everything. See that right there? Let's see if I can. It really ain't no good way to hold that up there for now. And we just screw that down. Once that's in, we'll be good to go. We're getting closer and closer to being able to get the main dash harness on this thing. I ain't got no tools. I'm doing it with my fingernails at the moment. So you just tighten this up. Just a little ring there. Once you get that tightened up, we'll be good to go. I'm holding it in there, that way it don't fall out. Every little detail. It's a lot when you have to put these things together. Uh-oh. Here I'm shaking and moving this thing. Timber! Maybe it'll sit right there a little easier. You guys just wanted to jump right in and help me, didn't you? That cracked me up sometimes. Alright. So here this is. Again, this is an OEM piece. I don't know when, but I will end up buying another one of these. This one's brand new. We put this one in the last video. This one here, not real. I mean, it's an okay piece, I guess, but I'm assuming we'll probably have to have a light here. But ignition switch is in there. That's the back of it. Bada boom, bada bing. So we're getting closer and closer to getting that set in there. Come over here to my toolbox, and we are going to get us something to tighten that down there and narrow with. Yeah, there we go. This will work. Maybe. There we go. Get that all set in there, and we're going to finish tightening this ignition switch down. We're getting closer and closer. I know this being a pain in the butt right now. There it is. All right. There we go. So now we got her in there. I still think there's supposed to be another trim that goes after that. We will figure that out. So the key, we go in. Once it's ready to start, ignition. So I'm going to have to label these and put them up in there. That way I don't forget them. Ignition switch in. And I'm always taking these in and out. You know, the gauges and whatnot have you. Last week we put on the new circuit board. Again, I'm going to set this back down in here. Try to do this one hand in here. There we go. There, it dropped in there. And then this other piece. And there. So we got that back in there. And it's just sitting in there, but we're getting close to being able to mount this down. So we got the ignition switch in. Don't seem to be moving. I got to tighten it up, I'll tighten it up, but I still think there's supposed to be another piece on here. But that's not a terrible deal there. This here. This is a nice piece. I got this off eBay, and I don't remember who I got it from, but they restored this lower piece here. They did a good job on that. Even the door on that too. But I that center dash pad and the glove box, I don't particularly like them, but I will replace them at some point. When that point is beyond me. Here's why. Check this out. See this? That's the movement this piece has. But this is an original piece from the late 60s. This is it's a nice piece. It's an OEM piece, where this is a repop. This is OEM. But a little bit of play, a little bit of flex to it. But you'll have that with a lot of these older parts. So this, my keys, I'm absolutely going to put that up. And I got to label them too, because for obvious reasons, I don't want to lose them when it comes time. And then next thing I'm going to do is, all this old wiring has got to come out. There's no sense in doing one of these without replacing these. Anytime you do that, replace them. That heater box right there has got to come out, because I'm going to go ahead and replace the heater core while the dash is out of it. So that'll be next. Once that's replaced and I clean up those heater controls where those flaps and all that can maneuver, then I think I'll be ready to mount the gauges down and put the harness on. Once I put the harness on the back of this and we can slide it up in there, pop it back in there, that's really what I'm getting excited for. But like I said, Dana Jacks, a guy here locally that runs Seat Cover King, a buddy of mine referred me to him to do my seats for this car, and he did an amazing job. I'm super excited to get those in there. And I've had some pictures on the reel or whatnot, on the opening credits and even on the ending and whatnot. But I'm excited to get the interior in, and it's going to be cold this winter. It's like 20 degrees right now. But hopefully, little by little, I'll chop away at this thing and get this interior in. I'm going to two-tone it. So the Duke's tan and then the black is what we're doing. And I think it'll look really good together by the time the door panel's in here. And again, the dash. You guys have been. I'm doing a two-tone here on the dash. And then there's the top of it. I put a aftermarket speaker in here. I'm not too big on playing the radio too much anymore, but I'll put a decent little in there. Dash is getting closer and closer to being able to put this in, and that's what I'm looking for, is get this dash in here and be able to get it fired up and properly break in the motor. Transmission's already rebuilt, motor's rebuilt. We're getting there, closer and closer. But this winter, I'm focusing on that interior, getting that all done and getting that ready. That way, hopefully we can knock it out. Break this sucker in, and I'm going to hood slide it. You want to see that? Hood slide it. And I'm old, look at all this gray. Watch that. You definitely don't want to miss that once I pull it out. I'm going to pull it out front, I'm going to clean it up, and I am going to repaint that. Just because I'm in here and I've, bumped up against it. My kids have bumped up against it. But it was a single stage. And I've been wanting to change it over to a base coat, clear coat, because it's going to have a better shine. Everybody knows that. So, but before I repaint it, I'm going to hood slide this. You're not going to want to miss that. So click subscribe, turn on the notifications. When you follow this, watch this old fart do that hood slide. And you're going to laugh your ass off, or it's going to be badass. One of the two. Don't miss that. Till then, peace.